Okay, what I want to do is respond to the idiots in this chat over here. I'm not responding to the dumb shit, okay? I'm not responding to Carla. But the idiots in the chat here. Now, this is Evert Scott, okay? Evert Scott's name is actually Megan Ferguson. She is someone who is related to the Ferguson family. The Ferguson family, Braden Ferguson is my son's victim. I believe that they are cousins. I've known Megan for quite a long time. Her mother name is Helen, and her daddy's name is Craig. She's a Ferguson family member. She was thrown out of the courtroom because she tried to take a picture of my son. She's bantered back and forth with us. This person accused my family of going to Braden's grave and clipping the tops of the flowers off. Yeah. And I've called her out for this before. I've showed it before. Nobody's ever seen Evert Scott. There is no name of Evert Scott anywhere. It doesn't exist. It doesn't. Because, I can look people up. Evert Scott does not exist. Evert Scott does not show themselves because Evert Scott knows that I know that that's Megan Ferguson. Hence, I'll read this. Sigh. You were told for years now this would happen to you with him. You were told that for years now. Now, Carla, who told you that this would happen to you? Could you divulge who told you that would happen? That if you get with Bryan, he'll turn on you. Now, I didn't upload a video chastising you. You uploaded a video chastising me, and you had racist supporter right here and misbehaving to back you up. But anyways, you were told for years now this would happen with him. Could you please, and if you tell me who told you for years now that I would turn on you, then I'll tell you who said that you sent them Kimmy P's address. Years now you've been told that I would turn on you. Remember when I wasn't always a hater? I was once his friend too. I do not know Evert Scott. I do not know anyone named Evert Scott. Evert Scott claims that is their name, Evert Scott. Okay, I don't know anybody named Evert Scott. He set you up yesterday. He purposely went into your live because he wasn't getting any attention. Well, you can go back to the live. I'm getting plenty of attention. I don't need attention. The reason I went into the live is because if Carla notices, I put the videos up of her down. I put up a nice video, and I thought I could just come over and chat. I wasn't told to stay away from her chat. I wasn't told to stay away from her. She said she didn't like what I did. So I came over there. All right. And all I see, like, Evert Scott shows up everywhere where they're talking about Bryan. Everywhere. Everywhere. If you're talking about Bryan, Everett's got to be there. He purposely went into your life. She knew that. She knew that I purposely went in her life because I called her first. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? Carla's not paying enough attention to me, so I'm purposely going to go into her live. I went in her live to drop it. I went in her live to pretend as if nothing ever happened and we were going to move on. They couldn't do that. I told you all his Jesus crap was just crap. Well, let me tell you something. Misbehaving claims to be a Christian. Samara claims to be a Christian. Okay, but they're not perfect either. Samara supports a known racist and makes jokes about it. Misbehaving was dragging Susan, talking about her parenting and how she didn't take care of her kids. Judge not lest you be judged. These are not perfect Christians either. Correct? Bryan's heart is full of hate, and he's evil to the core. We told you he'd hoard private info and use it against you in retaliation. I didn't hoard anything. Okay, I didn't hoard anything. Okay? But I do have Facebook messages that can prove that the person that is chastising me for my behavior is no better than I am. I didn't hoard anything. If you're going to get up here and talk about things that I talked about in Discord, and you're going to get up here and try to call me out, of course I'm going to use stuff. Now, Carla, who told you I'd hoard private info against you and use it? Yeah, see, because Carla wasn't doing anything to me. I mean, we were having a good day, and we were just chatting along, and, I just decided to start on her for no reason. I decided that I was going to pick on Carla for no reason. I did a live, and I called her out, for something she did, and I did it publicly because I did all that. That was me that did all that. I started on Carla first, right? That was me that did all that, right? Bryan never changes. He cares for nobody but himself. Everything he does is self-serving. I have been completely silent for almost a year waiting because I knew that Christian mask would slip off. And here we are. I hope this time you've learned your lesson. Misbehaving, are you a perfect Christian? Now, she allows bullshit like this to stand in her fucking chat. She allows people to publicly come at me in her chat, in her comment section. She allows that. She didn't delete that. She just said, you know what? I don't like what you're saying here. And even Bryan was my friend and I care about him. So I'm not going to leave your comment here. Last thing she said was, I don't care how mad Bryan is. I care about him. Does this look like somebody who loves this comment cares about me? I mean, they've been warning you. They told you I'd hoard private stuff. You were told for years that I would shit on you. Well, Carla, I didn't ask you to put up that video chastising me. You did that yourself. When you could have came to me privately. Evert Scott shows up everywhere I am, or everywhere somebody's picking at me, you'll see Evert Scott. Everybody knows that. That is a Ferguson family member. I think we've discussed this before in the Discord. Carla's never told me that people... Evert Scott, this is a fucking lie right here. Evert Scott has never been my friend. Evert Scott, as long as they've been on this platform, has always done shit like this, made comments like this everywhere. That is not my friend. I do not know that person, that Evert Scott person, but I do know Megan Ferguson, and I used to be her friend. Imagine that. Her mom and dad used to come over and buy weed off of me, and every now and then they say, hey man, can you front me a dime? Can you front me a dime? And then it'd take them forever to pay back a $10 dime bag. Now, if that's what I was a friend to Megan Ferguson, yeah. But I don't know Evert Scott. Never met Evert Scott. And if anybody looks up the name Evert Scott, it comes back to nobody. There is no name Evert Scott that exists. So you have a person who's never shown their face, Diane, claiming that they know me when they don't. This person doesn't know me, but the fake troll behind the account does know me. This is how that some of the people in the Ferguson family still harass me to this day. This is a Ferguson. This is Megan Ferguson. I've already done a video. I've already put up her picture and all that. I did that a long time ago with this Evert Scott. As a matter of fact, Trisha, not Trish, once told somebody, you know who Evert Scott is? Her name is Megan. She told that to Ben Ashworth, and Ben Ashworth told everybody. And if you don't believe me, check. TNT pissed off Ben Ashworth, and Ben Ashworth blurted it out that Evert Scott, that's not Evert Scott. Trisha told me that her name was Megan. Ben said that on his own live. These are facts. This is where I come with facts. So she allows shit like this to stand in her chat, but she cares about me so much. She cares about me. She was my friend. She cares about me. This is a Ferguson harassing me in her chat. At any rate, let's move along. They're putting hearts on it, not knowing who that is. Misbehaving, put hearts on it, not knowing who that is. Is that a hit on my religion? Megan Ferguson. Maybe BSJ should put the person he told him you sent Kimmy's info. That would clear all of this right up. Yeah, and maybe Diane should show the receipts for St. Jude's, and that would clear that up. If that person, I'll ask that person, do you care if I say who sent me that? Who told me about that? And we'll see. And if that person says, no, I don't want you to say nothing, that's my friend. I'm going to respect that. Carla says this all the time. Well, I heard. I didn't see it, but I heard. No, I didn't see her. I didn't see her share KBP's address with anybody. Somebody came to me and told me. So if somebody came to me and told me, I don't really need to go check. I mean, I can just fire up live and say that. That's what Carla did, right? We all know that. Not going to happen because, as usual, she's lying. He's lying. She texted me and asked for proof. And I said, well, just like Carla says, I heard this and I heard that. I heard it from somebody, and there is no proof at this point. Nobody proved it to me. Just like when Miss B said, hey, Bryans over there saying this about me. Carla didn't need to go check it. She just believed what that person was saying to her. And it was true. Bryan should have said that without solid proof. Oh, and Mander, there was discussion about you in the Discord. People mentioned you. Nobody talked about you. There was some jokes and stuff like that. But it wasn't like people were talking about you, trashing you. But there was discussion of you in the Discord. I'm glad to see you over Carlos. He can't provide sources that don't exist. He will talk around anything you say until he wears you down with stupid confrontations. He is using religion as a smokescreen. Now, let me tell you something. I never said anything during this argument about religion or not. The people that brought up religion is this side. They're, fake Christian. They brought that up. I didn't say, oh my God, Carla, you shouldn't do that. I'm a Christian. I'm a man of God. You shouldn't do that. Now, I never did that. You guys are doing that. Fake Christianity. Fake. That's just ignorance. People are ignorant. They really think that because you start to go to church and you make you start to pray, you start to go to church, you start to just give God some attention, and then you tell everybody, hey, this is a good way to go. You should try this. There's a little bit of peace in your life when you find that. That's all being a Christian is. That just means that you look to a higher power, you believe in the Bible, you love Jesus. That's all it is. That doesn't mean that you're going to turn into some... As a matter of fact, it's really hard to be a Christian these days. It really is. Let me give you an example. He was using religion as a smokescreen. Years ago, 2,000 years ago, when the Bible was written, it clearly states that when you speak for God, when you speak for Jesus, you'll have people like this. They're called scoffers that are here to break you down. That are here. Nobody wants to hear, this all comes from the devil when people say this. This stuff right here, oh, he's Christianity. They want to break that down. What the fuck are you, Evert Scott, the Pope? Dumbass. You can believe me all you want. So now you had Trish in your chat. Well, they made a truce. They made a truce a long time ago. I tell you what, you was so fucking mad when I went and you need to expose her for that fake squat call. And I said, look, because I was on panel with Mandy Bell and Trisha, I forget exactly what it is that Trisha did. She did something for me. She cleared up some kind of lie. And she said, okay, so are you going to stop talking about this SWAT call? Trisha cleared up some kind of lie. She said, are you going to stop talking about this SWAT call that happened in my house? You going to do me a solid since I did you a solid? I said, yes, Trisha, I am going to do you a solid. And I get back in the Discord, and Carla's pissed at me. And I had to explain to her why I did a solid. I said, look, she did a solid for me, and I'm doing a solid for her. And I'm not going to talk about that. That's the way you roll. And Carla was like, I wouldn't do her no solid. You need to go after her. She was mad at me for that for the longest time. This is the fucking truth. And it was, I didn't hear about no truths with Trish and not Trish. She doesn't come in the chat. But if you talk about Bryan, that bitch will show up too. She'll show up. I'm like, they're talking about Bryan? Let me get on over there and taunt the guy a little bit. Let me get on over there and make it worse for Carla and Bryan by being in there going, mommy. After Carla said, I'm not his mommy. The bitch is in the chat going, mommy. She just antagonizes the fight. These people that you're going to bring around. Like people like this. People, you leave this type of shit up, Carla? Go ahead, leave it up. That's cool. Go ahead, leave it up. Go on, leave it up. You're letting this happen. I'm telling you. You're allowing this, because I'm not going to look at your chat and see this type of shit right here. I'm just not going, it's not going to happen. If I'm so bad that you don't need me around, I suggest, in order to get me not to fuck with what's going on here on your channel, I suggest you just don't let shit like this ride. You said you're done with it. But you're putting little hearts on this fucking bullshit right here. All right.